Loving, loving Sairam, Sister Roja, the Shri,
Sairam.
the Shri Satya Sai Global Council of Trinidad and Tobago lovingly welcomes you to the series Awake, Unite and Inspire. We are extremely honored, blessed, and happy through Bhagwan's grace and blessings to have you as our guest on this evening's program.
And
So,
I'm so glad and very, very happy and thankful to Swami and all of you for, giving me this opportunity. It is always bliss sharing, the days and the experience with Swami. So it is a kind of reliving, the bliss. So thank you so much.
so, Sister Roja, can you share with us how did you first come into contact with our beloved Mother Sai?
Actually, I was taken to Swami when, I was very young, like, 3 months or 4 months old, because my dad went to Swami in the year 1956 when he was a teenager. So, how he went to Swami, that is, always Swami says, without my will, you cannot come to me. So, I'm sure, Swami will, and it is very, very evident because he was working in railways in a district called Palgad, which is Kerala Tamil Nadu border, and he was working as a supervisor in the department of electrical engineering. So there comes a man from Calcutta. He's Bengali, the other west end of India, and the best part is that this person was a aeronautical engineering diploma holder or graduate, whatever, I don't know those days how they call it. So this man resigned his job as an air pilot and comes to this railway office as the lowest, that is grade 4 category, they say, the lowest grade. So he joins there. So my dad was wonderstruck. How come this qualified man comes here and works? But he didn't ask. He got appointment and he comes and works here. So he had a lot of issues. This poor man, language was a problem, food was a problem, everything was a problem for him. But no complaints. He was working fine. So all his colleagues, the other people who are locals, they keep complaining to my dad about this man. But dad also, kind of thought, this person, we don't know why he came here and working here, doing so much of sacrifice, leaving the family in Calcutta and coming and working in a new place, and also in such a low level, being a pilot to this low grade. It is kind of, the, what do you call it, office boy or whatever, the lowest. Then after 3 months, he comes to my dad and asks for 1 week leave vacation. So, already he had, very bad remarks about this person by his colleagues, but dad was trying to ignore that. Then when he came and asked for the vacation, he asked him, why you want to, you are just only 3 months here. Last 3 months you're working here. So it is very difficult to allow you the vacation. Then he says, he also felt a little miserable, but he said, no, I felt a little, discomfort, and I want to go and meet my guru. Then my dad asked him, where is your guru? Who is your guru? Then he shows Swami's picture, a black and white old picture, and he says, this is my guru. So the minute he saw Swami's picture, my God, dad also got some kind of inspiration, and he said, in that case, can I come with you? Then he said, of course, you can come. Then he instantly allowed, permit him to take 1 week vacation. And he also applied for 1 week vacation. And both of them went to Puttaparthi. So my dad was going for the first time. So those days, not many people and no crowd, nothing. So as they went, no direct train, they took bus, train, this, that, and all, bullock cart or whatever. They reached there and Swami was waiting for them. So as soon as they went, they kept the bags under the tree and went inside the interview room. And Swami spoke to this man, and Swami said, "Your karma, all your bad times over. Now I will arrange your a job in your town itself, that is in Calcutta itself. So by the time you go back, I'll send you the appointment order. So that is what Swami told him. And he started crying. Then Swami comes to my dad, and he started talking to him in Tamil, which is our mother tongue. Then dad was so shocked, how he knew that I am Tamilian, and how come, as if he's kind of, he know him for a long time. He started asking about his job and his, all the, whatever, the basic things, how is your health, this, that, and all. So he said everything is all right, because this is the first time he's meeting Swami. Then he had Swami materialized a photograph for him. So it is a photograph, black and white photograph, and there is a lotus. On top of the lotus, Swami is standing, and one petal is open. So Swami looked at him and opened the picture and showed him. So the picture, under the picture, it was said that this is, my dad's name is Ramanarayanan. So in that picture, it is printed at Ramanarayanan Press. Then another, surprise to my dad. Then again, Swami asked him, do you have pen? Then my dad didn't have pen. So he materialized a pen. So in that pen, it was those days, filling ink and they write, there will be a nib and pen. So that nib was golden. And in that pen also, it is written Ramanarayanan, C.S. Ramanarayanan. That is my dad's name. So all this thing, my dad couldn't say anything. He was, kind of, he could shed the tear of bliss. So then they came out. Then Swami called my dad inside again. Then he said, oh, you have some issue in your stomach. Why you hide from me? Then he was so convinced, my dad. Then he said to Swami, Swami, you know everything. Why should I tell you? Then Swami was so happy, and he hugged him, materialized Vibhuti, and put it in his mouth. And from that day, that stomach ache is gone. So after that is the first interaction, with Swami for my dad. Then they came back, and by the time they came back, this man was a pilot. He got an order from the railways of Calcutta, appointing him as a chief engineer at Calcutta. So he moved back to Calcutta. So my dad was so, happy to had an interview with Swami, and he started, going to Parthi whenever he get 3-4 days off from work. So that is then he started going so frequently. And he had a very tough time with his parents, because they were so orthodox Brahmins, and seeing Swami's form, they thought that this guy is some African magician or whoever, whatever. So they were against my dad, but somehow he was having a balance between, going to Parthi and this. But he had to have some, issues, which he managed very well. So that is how whenever he got chance, he used to go to Parthi, and a lot of guidance and directions and interviews with Swami from those days. So he was pretty close to Swami. Whenever he goes, Swami asks him, do you want to say anything? Then if he says yes, Swami goes for interview. That is how fortunate he was. So that is how when his marriage in age came, parents were looking so many proposals, and they were having so many horoscopes and all. So my dad was telling them that whatever Swami picks up, whoever Swami picks up, I will marry that girl only. So that is how he took all the horoscopes to Swami, and Swami picked up my mom's horoscope, and he said, you get this lady as your partner. So that is how Swami blessed, and Swami knows very well that the parents will not agree. My dad wanted Swami to perform the wedding. So Swami said, your parents will not agree for that. So there should not be any issue at home. So it should be a peaceful and happy event. So you get married there and come to Parthi. I'll grant you interview and I'll bless you. So that is how he got married in the native place. And after that, he went to Swami. And Swami blessed him with 1 hour, 25 minutes interview. So where he said what will happen afterwards. Then he said, you will have a daughter and 3 sons and everything, the future. So he predicted, and he told my mother that your married life will not be so peaceful and happy, because your in-laws will give a tough time. So, but you don't fight to come here. I will be with you. So you take care of them. That is your duty. Um, that is what Swami told her. So he blessed thoroughly and they came back. So when I was born, I was taken to Swami, and, he put me on his lap and he named me. And, as usual, in a very diplomatic way, Swami said, put her, the grandmother's name and call her Roja. So that is how I got this name. And I was introduced to, from the day one, I can say, my dad showed me that this is the living God. So I was grown up with that faith. um, so all the credits or whatever, goes to my dad. So that is how I came to Swami's fold. And I feel so happy, and I'm thankful to Swami to, you know be born in the family who are devotees.
Sister Roja,
Yeah.
that is absolutely inspiring and so wonderful. And then your dad met Swami when Swami was only 30 years old, 1956.
56 at 30 years, yes.
30 years, and Swami fixed your parents' marriage. And there, what a blessing that when you took birth, Swami put you to sit on his lap and actually named you. So you were actually born into Sai and
Yes.
given a beautiful name by our beloved Mother Sai. What tremendous grace and blessings of Bhagwan showered
Yes.
upon your parents and then yourself. So, Sister Roja,
Yes.
being born in Sai, I can well imagine the amount of wonderful experiences that you would have had with our beloved Mother Sai. And I know sometimes when I ask this question, the guests are they are sometimes at loss to pull out some experiences, but can you share at least two of your most memorable experiences you have had with our beloved Mother Sai?
Sure. um, See, during these interviews, always Swami used to held my dad's hand. And he says, because I told you, right, the parents were giving a lot of trouble. So Swami always used to tell my dad that I'll be with you, don't worry, I'll take care of you, I'll not allow you to shed tears. Okay, that is what Swami promised. So my dad has strong feelings, and Swami gave him a Shivalinga, I don't know exactly which year Shivalinga he materialized and gave it to my dad. That was there at home. And, my dad was, whatever happens, he was holding on to Swami. So he was, our house in Kerala, Palangad is an old house, which is, so my dad we used to have bhajans, at home after we got the Shivalinga. So the Shivalinga was a silver kind of thing. So there was no base for that. So just Shivalinga he gave. So what my dad did was he put the silver cup upside down, and the base of the cup was a base for the Shivalinga. So he used to keep the Shivalinga on top of it. So, my mom was very, very sad that she couldn't go to Parthi, because, the in-laws, they didn't allow her to go to Parthi. So what happened was she used to pray to Swami intensely. So after some time, that Shivalinga, the base of the Shivalinga, the cup of the Shivalinga was kind of a TV screen, and we could see Swami live in Kerala, what he is doing at Parthi. But Swami, because one time my dad said to Swami that, my wife is very, very unhappy that she couldn't come. So Swami said, I am with her all the time. So my dad said, but she is not convinced, Swami. She's crying. She wants to come, but in-laws are not allowing. So how do we do? So he said, don't worry, I'll take care. Then it started, like, in the cup we can see Swami what he's doing. So he said, Swami told my dad that, you should not keep the door open, that is puja room open. He gave instructed certain time that only you can open. So he kept that. And when we open, he opens around 4:30 in the morning, so we can see Swami. Then after 8 o'clock he will close the uh, puja room. So like that, in the evening also he opens around 4:30, then 6:30 we'll close that room. So that is how we used to get darshan in Palgad. So a lot of people used to come for bhajan. So our house, the hall was very tiny, we couldn't accommodate many people. So my dad wanted to reconstruct the house. So he, slowly got materials, especially the wood, and he stored on the top of the roof, like, under the roof, like an attic. So he collected, monthly, or whenever he has money, he used to buy this and started stocking that. So one time what happened was, my mother's mom, she was also with us. So that time I completed my studies at Anantapur, and Swami asked me to do some courses, master's degree, and I was working there and doing. And just before exam I came to Palakkad, and it was one late night. So I was studying around 2:30 midnight. Then what happened was, my grandmother, we used to keep a small oil lamp, kerosene lamp in the kitchen, so that, when my grandma wants to go to the bathroom, she will have light, she need not search for the switch or anything. So that day also my mother kept that there. So my mother used to get up early in the morning, because in the Shivalingam we used to have Abhishekam early in the morning. My dad does around 4:30 it starts. So my mom keeps all the clothes ready, hang there in the kitchen, so that as soon as she gets up, she can grab that and go have bath and arrange for the puja. So that is the routine. So that day also she did the same thing. So I think some cat or something came, and the lamp just fell down, and the kerosene came out, and her sari got fire. I think that is what later we could understand. So the fire went up, and there was the wood was my dad stocked the wood on the top. So the wood got caught fire. So there was huge fire, and the houses in my place it's an agraharam. So the Brahmin community, the one wall will be shared by the other house, and this wall will be shared by. So there is no gap in between the houses. So if one house get fire, all the houses, it will spread to all the houses. That is the scenario. So I started. I came and just then it is a hall. It is like a railway compartment. We don't have separate rooms and all. It will be long, one room, the patio, one sitting room, and this it is like that. So we were all sleeping on the floor. Suddenly I could hear some sound. So I thought it is a thief. So I told my mother, and mother got up, and she opened the door, and she could see the fire, and she said fire, started screaming. So I jumped, and I wanted to call the police and fire. I called, but nobody. Then they were mocking at me, saying that there was some riot going on in Kerala. So they were thinking that these people are no other work, they are calling police. So they were hesitant to come. So what to do? Meanwhile, my mother ran down. There was fire on top of it. So she ran under the fire and went to other side. And from the garden, she took the motor from the well and started pouring water. Meanwhile, these people came. But the best part is that we had our guests from Singapore. All of us were sleeping down. So this is all wood, and there was a beam going on. Big what do you call it? Beam kind of thing. It's underneath is the electric wire. So if that wire would have caught fire, all of us would have gone that day. But Swami made it in such a way that there was fire. Meanwhile, these police and the fire force came, and they put off the fire. So to cut the story short, after everything was subsided, and after 2 weeks we went to Bharti, me and my dad. So as soon as we went there, Swami called us for an interview, and Swami looked at me, and Swami said, "Do you know what? I was holding, your mom is full." So I was looking at Swami. Then Swami said, I was holding the fire. I made that beam, intact, because if it got fired, then all of you would have gone. Then another thing he said, you ask your mother, she kept 25 liters of kerosene and two gas cylinder in one place. If one spark of fire would have come down, you imagine what will happen. So that was mind blowing for me and my dad. We didn't know that. So we went back and asked my mother, and she said yes. Yes, I stored the kerosene and kept it under the gas stove. So there was, so this shows Swami is omnipresent and how loving and caring he is. So no words to express his love and care, and what more we need to know that he is omnipresent God. So this is a beautiful, beautiful incident where he proves that he is really omniscient and omnipresent.
So,
So another, yes, please.
Sister Roja, what
Yes.
a wonderful example of Swami's compassion. And what stands out in that wonderful experience is that without, Swami once said, the grace that I shower upon you, sometimes you may be aware of them, but there are hundreds of times when His grace is there that you're not even aware of. And look at the example with the rafter on top, and then the kerosene that's what
Yes,
intervened to ensure didn't catch fire, because if
yeah,
that happened,
exactly.
the
Yes,
entire thing would have been destroyed. So
exactly.
again, a wonderful example of His intervention and His grace,
Yes.
passion to save you all.
And also the fire did not touch the next neighbor's roof. It didn't, even one spark didn't go to the others neighbors, otherwise it would have been a big issue there. So that is how he is so protective, and you know he's amazing. So another incident which I want to share with you is that it's regarding my contact lens. So um, Swami, when I was in the summer course, 1990 summer course at Brindavan, when I was a student, Swami asked me to do B.Ed in Anantapur campus. So I joined, yeah, I came for summer course. So just before that, Swami gave us an interview during that summer, previous summer. Then he told me to, I was wearing glasses, short for short sight. So Swami told me to change it to contact lens. So that time this soft contact lens was not available in India. So maybe very rarely somewhere, but Swami told me to get it. And Swami said to me that you go to Shankaranetralaya, and he said to a particular doctor's name, Dr. Ramesh, you go to him and get your contact lens. So then we went to Chennai, Madras, and we went to that hospital as per whatever Swami said. Then I went and asked that receptionist that I want an appointment with the Dr. Ramesh. So they said, you cannot choose the doctor. We will give you the token. Whoever a doctor comes, you have to. So, okay, that is fine. So that is the rule. So fine. You won't believe the doctor came to me was exactly Dr. Ramesh. Then he did all the checkup and he measured my eyeball and he prescribed the contact lens. It was a hard contact lens. So then he said, first day you have to wear half an hour and increase, day, half an hour or 1 hour every day. That is how you get used to your contact lens. So fine, we came back. Then the summer course started. So it was on 27th of May, 1990. I was supposed to wear the contact lens for 4 or 5 hours. So morning, it was irritating and I was not comfortable. So I thought I'll wear it in the evening. Then we went to the summer course classes in the morning, came back, and afternoon we were all sitting in the hostel, the boys hostel in Benadam. And then we were, chatting about, we were all talking about Swami and experiences and all that. So we forgot that time. So somebody came and told us that it's already time and Swami's car is already out. So when Swami, before Swami goes to the auditorium, we are supposed to be there. So she said, rush. So I went to my room to get my contact lens. put the contact lens. So then I was in the third floor, so I took the contact lens. So I didn't follow doctor's instruction. Okay, they said you have to sit and put a cloth and put. So I was in a rush. So I went near the window and I put the left lens. It was fine. So when I was holding my right contact lens, this girl came again and she pushed me. She didn't know that what I'm doing. She pushed me from back and she said, "Hey, Swami is already there. You just run." Then, meanwhile, this contact lens flew away from me. So I was terribly upset. I searched there and I said, "Hey, what you did? Yeah, my contact lens is gone." So she also searched and we couldn't find anything. So I was very upset. The best part is that that day only my dad returned to Palgad, dropping after staying there for a couple of days. He went back. So my thing was, and those days it was very expensive, and we being from middle class family, it is very expensive for us. So I don't know what to do, so I was crying inside, like, what is this, Swami? You only told me and you did this to me, and you have to help me out. I don't know, you have to give me my contact lens. The only that much I know. So that is what. Then we came down and we ran to the auditorium. So auditorium was full, only last row was empty. So I went all the way up last row and sat just exactly next to the aisle. Then I don't know, music program or something was going on. I couldn't hear anything. Only thing is I just closed my eyes and I said, Swami, I don't know. You have to give me my contact lens. That is the only prayer was going on in my mind. Then, meanwhile, Swami came. I didn't even realize that everybody stood up or whatever. So I was still sitting and I was holding like this. I was holding like this and I was telling Swami, I don't know. You have to give me contact lens. So then Swami came and instantly, I could feel a light is circulating here. So I was closing my eyes and I was sitting like this. So something, the light. So I just opened my eye and I could see that Swami was holding his hand like this, and the ray is coming from the tip of his finger. So it got circulated, and I got the contact lens into my eyes. So that was very amazing. I have, this lens was so good, and earlier one was little slippery. I have to do like this, here and whenever it just slips down, I need to do like this. I just readjust. So here, this is perfect lens. So I was so happy. So we went back home to the hospital, and I told the warden, and she was so happy, and she said, "Okay, you can sit in the front row with me tomorrow, and you can thank Swami." So fine. So the next morning we went for darshan, and I sat next to the warden, and I was about to get up, and Swami came. I was about to get up and tell Swami. Before that, he said, "Hey, mad girl," she told, Swami told Jama madam, "This girl, she was what to say, she was crying for contact lens. She could have asked me to correct her vision. I would have done that." Then Swami looked at me and said, "If you don't know what to ask, better don't ask. So whatever God gives will be the best. Think that always." So that is what he said. So that was a great, great, great lesson for me. So that made a big change in my life. That was a turning point in my life. So after that, I never asked Swami anything. Whatever I get, whether this, whatever, I think that this is what Swami wanted to give me, and this is the best I can ever get. So that was a great lesson. So after that, I totally surrendered to Swami, and I did my part. I wrestling with Swami. Whatever I get, I think that is the best. So that is what Swami told me. So
What
that was another incident.
what a powerful, powerful message for all of us. All of us. Greatest prayer is, Thy will be done. Let God decide what is best for you.
Yes, please.
And Swami brought it out so beautifully in that example. Because sometimes we may ask for things that are not good for us,
Yes.
our past, present, and future. So, what
Yes.
a powerful lesson, Sister Roja, for all of us.
Yeah. Again, one time I asked Swami, because always, whenever just me and dad go to Swami, so mother always says, Swami says, Swami said, he is with me. Where is he? Always I have problem, this, that. And also, if Swami asked one time, she said, you tell her that she is not happy. Always she has problem. What is this, Swami? You tell him. So Swami, asked, how is your mother? What did she say? So I said to Swami, my mother is always saying, like, she has always problem, and you are not helping her out. Then Swami said, you know what? Man sees only present. God knows past, present, and future, and will do what is best for future. So that is also an amazing message. So that I don't worry what will happen tomorrow. So just I enjoy my present day.
So you just have that absolute faith in him.
Yeah, that's all. He taught us, right?
Yes, a very, very beautiful message indeed.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing. He knows the past, present, and
Especially,
future. So his
yes,
action is different, much different to ours.
yes,
And then, Sister Roja, you attended Bal Vikas classes.
yes.
You completed your diploma in Psi education at the age of 15, the
Mhm.
youngest diploma holder in the state of Kerala.
Yes.
What was attending Bal Vikas like? What were some of the lessons? What was the experience like being in a Bal Vikas class? How did it help to mold you into the person you are today?
Basically, when I started my Bal Vikas class at the age of 5, so by Swami's grace, I had an amazing teacher. She was from Delhi. She moved to Kerala, my village, my place. She had great opportunities to put up dramas in Swami's divine presence whenever Swami goes to Delhi. So she was kind of a role model. She was a very pious lady. So she used to teach us, the value, the Indian Balavikas curriculum. So basically, what she taught me was the four basic values, Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema. For that, she taught us a story that is Aruni's story, like, a poor lady who used to work in the household, and she was running the family, she and her son, tiny little son. So uh, one day what happened was the child was 5 years old, and she has to send him to school, that is Gurukulam. So she sends him to Gurukulam, and this lady's house was in one place, and this boy has to cross the a small forest kind of thing, and then go to the Gurukulam. So first day, she couldn't go because she has to work. So she sends him, saying that, you have Krishna, you call Krishna, Krishna, so he will come with you. So this boy, having so much faith in mother's words, this boy calls out Krishna, Krishna. So every day when this boy reaches the border of the forest, he calls out for Krishna, and Krishna goes with him every day and crossing the forest. So that was happening. So one day, the guru's birthday, so everybody was planning to give some gift, and this boy comes and asks the mother. So the mother says, I have nothing to give. So you ask your Krishna brother. She says, sorry, Krishna is your brother, older brother. So he goes there, and as usual, he calls out for Krishna. Krishna comes, and he says, brother, you know what? Today is my Guruji's birthday, so everybody wants to give some gift. So can you give me some gift? I don't have anything now. So Krishna gives a mud pot, empty mud pot. So he says, you go and give it to Guru. So this boy takes that, and everybody is, everybody got some butter, milk, and this, that, and all. This boy has empty. So there also he prays to Krishna. What happens was this pot got filled with milk. So he gives to the guru. So the guru is trying to pour down this milk. So it keeps coming. The pot is only small. So liters and liters of milk coming. So the guru was wonderstruck. So the guru asked him, where did you get this from? So he says, my brother Krishna gave. So he asked him, where is your brother Krishna? So he says, he's in the forest there. So he says, I want to see Krishna. I want to see your brother. So he takes the guru with him. So he calls out for Krishna, but he could see Krishna, but Guru couldn't see Krishna. So he says, here is Krishna. So it all depends, then the guru says that, okay, you are my guru, because you could see Krishna, I cannot see Krishna, so you are my guru. Age and knowledge doesn't matter. So the call from the heart to love for the guru, God, that is what is important. So this is an inspiring story for me. So this story inspired me, when I was little. So what happens was, my grandparents, they give tough time to my parents, and they wanted to get all the work done with me. So we were separated from my parents, and we were with my grandmother and my mother's sister. They brought us up. So whenever I have the issue, I put myself in that boy's state, because the situation is almost same. I am with my so they are not that rich, and I cannot ask them, because they are somehow feeding us and taking care of us. I cannot ask anything more. So whenever I want to ask, I want something, I call, because previously, when I was maybe 4 years or so, one day when I was in the interview room, I felt, Swami, my mother, everybody's mother is going to school and everywhere. Then Swami, picture Swami gave to my dad, in that picture he put a signature also. So he told me, reminded me, he said, you have my picture, no, that in the puja room, you ask there. So I am there, okay? You ask me, I will do whatever you want. So that he promised me. So after that, that was when this teacher said to me this story, then I put myself in that place. So whatever I want, I tell Swami, what, tomorrow, this is what I want. So I get it somehow. Somebody will give, or something happen, and I'll get it, whatever I want. Even the thought, even I think this is, oh, maybe it will be good if I get it. Even today, I get it somehow. So that is what it is. So that is my first inspiration. Then I stuck with, my teacher said, you start from first grade, then you go up. So start with Satya, truth. So you speak the truth. So I started doing that being a child. Then sometimes I get into trouble, because people may not like it, but I won't worry. So she said, if you speak truth, Swami will be happy. So that is what in my mind. So whether people like it or not, I don't worry. So my concern is that Swami should be happy. So that is how I grew up. Then this contact lens thing, then after that, when my dad used to tell me to read, that is a rule at home, everybody should read one page of Sanatana Sarati, which comes every month. So we should read that. That is, after the evening prayer, we have to sit, 4 children have to sit, and we have to read one para, everybody has to read. Then my dad used to explain, what Swami said on that. So that is how we were brought up. So that installed faith in us. And each and every time, whatever happens, and dad used to say, this is what this is Swami did. And also that, the lingam thing, that Swami's image coming in that thing. So those are all, put the seeds of faith in us, and that grew. And Swami also initiated me into Jyoti meditation when I was 5-6 years old. So my teacher taught me the Jyoti meditation. So in an interview room, in one interview, Swami called me, and he put like this, and he said how to do the Jyoti meditation. And that is how I started doing the Jyoti meditation.
So, Sister Roja, in fact, it is so divinely mysterious, because that was the next question I was going to ask you. That Swami guided you and taught you how to do the Jyoti meditation. So, for the benefit of our viewers, how is the Jyoti meditation practiced? How did you practice it? And what were some of the benefits that you derived as you began to put into practice this wonderful sadhana of the light meditation, the Jyoti meditation?
Honestly, I started at a very tender age, where I don't have much thought. I didn't have much thoughts, right? So a child, so only food and sleep and shelter, that is only concern. So nothing else. So no, no responsibility as such, so nothing. So I think that, when I think about it, I felt, that was very easy, because being a tender age I started, so not much conflict of thoughts in the mind. So that was a big blessing. So being adults, and when we grow up, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of thoughts, and a lot of conflicts into our mind comes, right? So first thing, when I started, what I was taught, that keep a jyoti, and Swami also approved that. So keep the jyoti, and first sit straight, in a comfortable position. Backbone should be straight, and sit on a plank or a mat or whatever. Then look into that jyoti. So to calm down your mind, take deep breath. That is inhalation and exhalation. So take close one nose and take breath from inhale, inside, and hold, close the nostrils, and exhale from the other nostrils slowly, slowly. Then inhale from this nostril, right one, and hold. And see, when you are inhaling and exhaling, concentrate on this breath. That way, your mind, your thoughts will simply go away. So exhale from the other nostril. So that is what one time, if so, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, that is one pranayama, anulom vilom pranayama, that is called. So that makes your mind calm. So initially we have to do that, so then your mind will be calm. So it will be lesser thought and lesser thought and lesser thought. So then concentrate on the jyoti. So if close your eyes and concentrate on the flame, then close your eyes and feel the jyoti here. So when, see, it's not very easy, you will not get it in one day, so keep practicing. So again, you do the anulom vilom, and then the thoughts will go away. Again, open your eyes and look at the jyoti, and close your, so then the jyoti comes here. Then once you get the jyoti here, you feel the light. So you just feel that the jyoti is moving into your eyes and coming down to your nose and your ear, and it's all over body, it goes, you feel that, you can visualize that, it is going. Once you get that flame inside you, you can visualize that. So you feel, in fact, that energy, you feel that heat inside. Then you bring it back all the way, from to the toe fingers, then bring it back and keep that in your heart. It is Hridaya Kamalam. Then once you, it will take time, it will not, you will not get it in a day or two, so it will take. So first clean up the thought, that is a big process. So once you reach that stage, it will be much easier to practice the jyoti meditation. Then once it comes here, you could feel that it is here, and it is expanding, and it is going beyond you. Then it covers the whole you, and it spreads light. So then it is an amazing experience. Then in that jyoti, you could feel your Ishta Devata. So then you get connected. So you get messages, or he will, whoever, God or goddess, Lakshmi, or whichever God, your Ishta Devata, we call it. So start guiding personally. So you feel that, you get it.
That is a very, very beautiful explanation. And I remember Swami said also, see the light, expand the light to your family, friends, neighbors, and even those who do not like you or who you may not like, because the light is also in them. And that light is consciousness, that light is love. And so you spread it throughout the whole universe. It's a wonderful favor too, and then you bring it back in your heart.
Right. You feel that lightness, meaning you feel your body is light, you feel that lightness in you. So that is something amazing, some amazing experience. So once you get that stage, you need not sit and look into the jyoti or anything. Wherever you are, you can disconnect yourself from any surrounding. You can mentally close your eyes and ears, and you will be there sitting in in the middle of 1,000 people and so much of noise. If you close your eyes automatically. You can close all, the distraction or disturbances, and you can directly connect with Swami.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much, sister, for sharing. So, Sister Roja, what does Sai Baba mean to you today?
He Swami is my life, Swami is my breath, Swami is God, Swami is everything for me. What I am, everything is Swami for me. He is my mother, father, God, guru, and everything, everything.
Wonderful. So very simply put, but very, very deep. So, one of the questions normally is that how has practicing the teachings of Satya Sai Baba transform and continue to transform your life? But you were actually born into Sai,
Yes.
born into this wonderful Sai family. So the transformation process may not apply in the sense that from birth you were into the Sai fold, then you were exposed to Bal Vikas,
Yes.
and then Swami guided with so many beautiful interviews, and then the Jyoti meditation. Then you went to the Anantapur Girls'
Yes.
School, where that
Yes. Yes.
foundation was more
Right.
absolutely cemented your relationship with Swami. And then you said Swami got you married, and you came to the States
Yes.
where you got
That's
it
the, yes.
with you completed a homeopathic practitioner course and started practicing homeopathy and other holistic systems such
Uh-huh.
as yoga, color therapy, breathing exercises, herbal remedies, nutritious diet, etc.
Yes.
So you sort of moved away from what you were qualified in into this particular area. Can you share a little bit about why and what was that process like, and how were you able now to use this as a seva to Swami?
Yes. Basically, honestly, my wish was to um, do a electrical engineering course. So I wanted to become an electrical engineer. That was my ambition. So I applied and I wrote the entrance exam. I got it. So I went to Uti when Swami came. So I wanted to give a letter to Swami, take blessings for joining the engineering college. So that day Swami was busy with some conferences, and also Swami came little bit there. So till I was sitting there, I was holding a letter. Then Swami didn't even take the letter. Swami said, go to Puttaparthi and join the college. So it was April 28th or so. May 2nd was the entrance exam. So I didn't even apply to Anantapur College. Then I said to Swami, I didn't apply. I want to go. Swami said, nothing doing. I'll talk to your dad, father. So that's it. So he went to other side, Jen's side, and he said went to my dad, and he told him, take her to Puttaparthi and apply for the college. So already deadline, everything was over in February, January, February. Here I am in the end of April. I just got admission in engineering. I wanted to do engineering. Here Swami says go to Anantapur, and because I was so pampered at home, I didn't want to leave home and go to Anantapur hostel and stay there. So the language was a big barrier there for me. So all that, considering all that, I didn't want to go. So Swami said this. So I have no other choice. So my dad said, okay, straight away, we are not going home. We'll go to Anantapur right away. So Puttaparthi, then, I just got the application done. Meanwhile, Swami sent the registrar back to Puttaparthi. Chakravarti sir was the registrar at that time. So Swami said she will ask for BSc. Don't give her BSc, give BA. So which I don't like. Arts I hate. So here comes then Swami told him, so he filled up all the application except my personal details, and he was waiting for me there in the administrative office. So I said, he said, have a look and fill up the, whatever the details, personal details, and give the application to me. So I said, I don't want this. I don't want, so my dad said, nothing doing. You have to study. Swami said, so don't worry. He will take care. So that is how I got into BA at Anantapur College. So then after that, then whatever, from my childhood days, whatever major decision we used to ask Swami. So throughout my education career, after my BA, Swami said, do MA here and there, wherever he sent me, I did all that. Then finally, he asked me to do MBA, and he got me married when, I was doing my MBA. Then after which, he sent us here. My husband was a faculty at Prashant Nilayam campus. And he used to play Veena before Swami's darshan in the mandir. Then Swami sent us here. So when we came here, my dad, as I said, he was close to Swami. So after Swami's Mahasamadhi on April 24th, my dad was very fine, and Swami asked him to, and he was working in railways in 1970. Swami, in an interview, told him, it seems like I was very little that time, so told him to study homeopathy and practice homeopathy, give, help the society, keep 10% of your salary for service. So that is what Swami said. So he went to Chennai, Madras, and he did a course, homeopathy practitioner course there, and he came back and he started a clinic. He was running a clinic, free clinic there in India, in my hometown. So he used to take care of all our medical needs at home. So after Swami's Mahasamadhi, within a month, May 24th exactly, my dad, all of a sudden, he used to say that what is charm in this world, if Swami left his body, I don't feel anything in this world, so just I want to be with Swami. That is what he was telling in all these 2 months. So 24th, exactly May 24th, out of bloom, he just passed away happily, peacefully. So then it was a shock for me. My mother was terribly upset, and that time we had no medical help, and we had to take her from hospital to hospital, and a lot of issues and all that. Then somehow we got one by Swami. Then I was praying to Swami, I'm tired of it, and my son was missing his classes here, and he has to come back and all that. So I didn't know what to do. Then I left it to Swami. I said, Swami, I don't know. My mother was very adamant. She doesn't want to go and take any conventional medication. It is getting complicated for her. And then one of my dad's old student who used to practice, get training from my dad, he comes and he says that I'll take care of your mother. You go. And he took care of her, and she was perfectly all right. Then Swami, one time when I was doing meditation, Swami said, now it is time you have to do homeopathy. So I said, Swami, where do I do homeopathy? Because I don't have any science background. I didn't study biology after my 10th grade. So where do I study? Who will give me a seat? I don't know. Then here I don't know where homeopathy college is. I have no clue. So then Swami guided me step by step, and he said how to apply and how to do what and everything. Then I got into this American Medical College of Homeopathy, which is in Phoenix, and now they merged with another college, Natural Science College. So I got admission there. Their process, everything by Swami's grace, I could complete well, and I got admission, and I just completed the homeopathy course. Then after that, during the last semester, they used to teach us business and how to do marketing and all that, to get the practice. So then Swami told me, you are not going to make any flyer or any business card or circulate. Okay, I will send you clients, you take care of them. You put your soul, heart and soul, rest I'll guide you. No marketing, no flyer. He said very clearly that. So till date, he's sending clients who are he sends, I take care of them. So meanwhile, I studied all of the therapies as per Swami's guidance. So based on the patient's needs, I just combine homeopathy with whatever is needed. So by Swami's grace, everything is going very smoothly and patients are happy.
Sister Roja, that is absolutely amazing, amazing and inspiring that Swami himself is guiding and inspiring you. And it seems like on a daily basis and actually telling you don't promote, which is so contrary to business, because when you now get into Yes, you want to create an awareness and let people know that what you're involved in. And here's the Lord telling you, don't do any of that. I will send the people that you need to take care of.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's amazing. I want to go back to the answer that you gave when the question was asked, what does Sai Baba mean to you? And you said Swami is your life breath. He's guiding you, leading you every moment of your life. You don't do anything without consultation and guidance from him. How have you been able to take that awareness, that attitude, that belief, and translate it in your daily life to get answers and guidance as to how to lead your life?
Yeah. So making this, what I said just now, Swami, when he said no card, so he said, you put your heart and soul. So I should do my work. So Swami always says, you put one step, I'll come 100 steps towards you. So we cannot sit idle. So we have to do our part. So we should not attach to the outcome. So that is what I do. So when I get patients, or even in my day-to-day activity, or sometimes what I learned from Swami I follow. Sometimes people cannot accept that. They will think that I feel okay, this is what makes me make Swami happy, that with that intention I do. But the other side cannot accept that, whatever may be the reason. So in that place, just I live just like that. Whatever Swami wills, that will happen. Like that. One time Swami told my husband, when the faculties, they got an interview. In that interview, Swami told him, because he was a little polite to students. So Swami said, when you cannot be like Bhishma. So wherever there is adharma, it is your duty to tell. Otherwise, you will also get the sin of that. You will be the part of that sin. Okay, so correct one time. If they accept it, fine. If not, that is their headache. So that is what that message, imprinted strong in me. So if there is anything which, I feel Swami may not like, so I tell. So then I will not feel guilty. Okay, I just saw something and I didn't react. So I don't want to feel guilty. I'll say sometime, whether the people accept it or not, that is their problem. So that is how I keep moving. So still, if I think that, maybe, I am not perfect, and we are all human beings, so we may do some mistakes. Yes. So if I feel that what I did is not right, I definitely go apologize or regret, and I seek pardon from Swami. And I promise him that I'll not repeat it again.
That is really, really, uh, it is so interesting. Yes, that relationship that you have with that inner Swami, because now the physical Swami is no longer there. You've built this inner relationship with him and get the guidance from within in every aspect of your life. And
Yeah.
I
Yes.
can, I
So in
can
that context, I want to share something, that will be, I think it will be interesting for people. So when Swami took Mahasamadhi, like, I could not take it honestly, like, we are so attached to the physical form. So I was here, and more than that, even my son is so attached to Swami. For, Swami used to appear him when he was little. He Swami, in here in Houston, in our bedroom, Swami gave him, one day, he got up from sleep and he was having sugar candy in his mouth. So when he came, usually he cries in the morning. He when he opens his eyes, somebody has to be around him. So my dad used to be here. Then when he left, I used to sit with him when he was 2.5 years, 3 years. So one day, I was doing some kitchen work and he was in the bedroom. I went and saw him. He was in sound sleep. So I came, and suddenly he was just behind me, and he was happily calling Amma. He was chewing something. I got up. Then he was chewing something. So I said, what are you eating? Then he said, He said sugar. So I opened his mouth. Who gave you sugar? Then it is not sugar, it is sugar candy. He didn't know what is sugar candy. Then I said, who gave you? Then he said, Baba. Where is Baba? He is sitting here. He called me and I ran and I could see the print. Swami, if somebody sits on a bed, that's all. Then he started screaming, Baba, Baba, where are you? Where are you? He started screaming. So he had that close this thing with Swami. So when he used to play, he'll say, kick the ball and say that, okay, Baba, just kick back. So then he used to tell that Swami is sitting here, do namaskar and all. So all that, so he had close visions of Swami, when he was little, till 5 years. Then so I didn't know how to tell him that Swami's physical form is not there. So I couldn't even cry or do anything, so I was kind of very, very, that was a miserable thing. So when Swami's body was kept for this thing, cremation, then that day me and my husband, we thought, let us put him sleep and we chant Mrityunjay mantra. That was the plan. So we also slept. And the next early morning when I got up, I had a vision of Swami. In that, Swami just, I told you, that huge flame. So that I wish I could get that. So from that, Swami, with lifted hands, Abhay Hasta, he walked down and he asked me, why you are crying? So I have not gone anywhere. I am here only. I'm with you. I took cosmic form. That's all. Then I said, Swami, how do I see you again? Your cosmic form there. We come physically there in Parthi, and we see you have bliss. And what is this, Swami? What is this? Then he told me, like, now you have to look inward, and you should see me everywhere, not in Prashanti Nilayam. So then he said a beautiful example. He said, when you see the sunrise, you see me there. When you see flower blooming, you see when you enjoy the beauty of the creation, you think about the beauty of the creator. That is how you should see me. So that was something beautiful. Then he said, he reminded me an interview, because again, later on I should not get confused. So Swami, I may think maybe, is this hallucination, because I'm thinking, so that doubt, that also he doesn't want to. So he wanted to clear that. So what he said was, do you remember when you are 8 years old, in the interview room, what you asked? So I didn't honestly remember that. So in one interview, I was little child, 7-8 years. So I was playing with Swami food. I was tickling Swami's feet like this, sitting next to his footrest. And Swami was talking to people. I didn't even know what he is talking. So suddenly he turned to me and ask a question. So I didn't know what to ask. So I was playing here, and he's asking me to ask a question. What do I ask? So simply I asked Swami, I'm fond of flowers. So he said, maybe because he named me Roja, I don't know. I just like flowers, rose especially. So I asked Swami, why these rose flowers are falling after a few days? So if it is still there, it will be beautiful. Then Swami casually said, if all roses stand in the plant itself, where do new roses come? That's it. He patted me and he started talking to others. That's it. There ends the conversation. So I totally forgot about it. And now he said that. He reminded me that. And he said, yeah, the same form continues. What is the charm? New form should come, right? So new forms everywhere. So then I said, how do I see new forms? I mean, where is the new form? So he said, it's everywhere. Then he said this. So, when you see the beauty of the creator, there you think the beauty of the creation, you enjoy in that creation, you enjoy the beauty of the creator. So that was something very, very special and very, very, very practical to see Swami everywhere. So that is what I do. That is how I connect.
Okay.
Yeah. Then he said, then I asked him how to grow that, the feeling. Then he said, when there is a plant, to get the plant healthy and flowers beautiful, what do? You put manure and water, right? So what is the manure? To get the God, the creator, to visualize the creator, the water is love and the manure is faith. So if you have faith and love, you can see the creator in the creation.
A very, very powerful message for all of us, because there are thousands I know who were so attached to the physical form. And I remember the day that I got the news as well, because Swami left on my birthday, the 24th of April is my birthday. It was even more painful.
I
It
know.
took a
Yeah.
very long time for me to reconcile. I was so attached to the form, and it was very difficult and painful to transition from that form into the formless, as you just highlighted. But look how beautifully Swami articulated to you now that I am everywhere, I am in everything. I am this cosmic form, and he actually has shown you how you can feel and access and
Yes.
experience that cosmic consciousness, which
Yes.
is really where we should all be heading towards, experiencing the oneness and the cosmic consciousness that we truly are, because it says we are God, we are divine, we are potential avatars.
Yes.
So, very, very beautiful sharing, Sister Roja, for all of us. That is
Thank,
such a powerful lesson for all of us
thank you.
to connect with that universal consciousness, that omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent consciousness. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
And
It's a pleasure.
final question to you on this wonderful interview is the $1,000,000 question, as devotees say. You have been in Swami's fold basically since birth. You've contributed tremendously to the benefit of society. You have striven to put into practice his divine teachings by being a good example. If someone were to come to you and say, Sister Roja, how can I make the world a more loving, a more united, and a more peaceful place? What can you share with someone whose intention is that?
Yeah, Swami, see, the society is basically, made up of individuals. So to make the society peaceful should start from the individual. So, so for that, Swami beautifully said, right? When there is righteousness, there is beauty. When there is beauty, there is a beauty in. When there is righteousness, there will be beauty in character. When there is beauty in character, there will be harmony in home. When there is harmony in homes, there will be um, unity in nation. Where there is unity in nation, when there is unity in nations, there will be peace in the world. So basically this the peace in the world starts from the individual. So first person, individual man has to be good. So how to be good, that is a question there. So for that also Swami says, my life is my message, right? So now it is time that we should make our life his message. So for that, again, Swami says, basically, we should, first thing is follow the basic Satya Dharma Shanti Prema, what Swami says. So here again, here in this quote, Swami says righteousness. So what is righteousness? Righteousness is the harmony in thought, word, and deed. So when you follow that harmony in thought, word, and deed, you will not have any conflict inside. You will be definitely peaceful. So when you are peaceful, then that reflect in your character. So that is what Swami said, right? So beauty in character. When you are peaceful and beauty, you can handle the family very well. There will not be any conflict in the family, because you will be able to manage if at all there is some difference of opinion in the family. Because you will, when there is harmony, that balance you will get. So that is what Swami meant by that quote. So basically now what is lacking is that, so the children, they don't have any moral education. So that is the biggest flaw in the society. So most kids, they have high academic education but no moral values. So that is very, very important. So that, for that only Swami started this SSC classes here, or Balavikas, or whatever way, and also Swami's institution. So in Swami's institutions, the first hour is moral lessons. So where we learn about the different religions and different cultures, and the different Puranas, Vedas, or whatever, Quran, Bible, everything will have 1 hour class every day. So that helps us to balance in our lives. So here in, so that is the basic requirement. And for that, again, these classes are for maybe 1 hour or 2 hours in a week. So that is not going to make a big change. So what is needed is that the elders, whatever, whoever, parents or teachers, whoever it may be, they have to be the role model. So they have to practice before they preach. Then, you may remember Swami used to tell us Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's story. So one day Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, one child and mother came to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and the mother told Guruji, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, that this boy has been eating the sugar candy every day, and tell him to stop, Swamiji. Then Swamiji said, come after 15 days. Then she comes after 15 days, and again he says, come after 15 days again. So she was thinking, just to tell him to stop eating sugar candy, why he needs 1 month? Then again she comes and he says again 15 days. Then she comes and tells, what is this, Swamiji? You are telling, keep on telling like this. So can you please tell him? Then Swamiji said, I've been eating this. First I should stop before I tell him, right? So that is why I took this much time for me to stop eating the sugar candy. So when I stop eating, then only I am eligible to tell this boy. So that is how our great gurus are. Swami always used to quote this. So we have to be role models. So when we start, for example, when we nowadays everybody eats on their own in their rooms or anything. So Swami always says, our family, we should sit together. Then every day prayer, meditation is very important. That keeps us mentally and physically, emotionally strong. So that is very, very essential. Then prayer every day, at least once a week, family prayer. That these are the things Swami always says. Then eat food, sit together and eat. Food is God's gift for man. It is prasadam. So sit and talk something positive and eat. So these are all the small things which we can implement in the individual level. Then it goes to the next level of family. So when families start doing all this, the society will be good. So eventually, it will go to the nation and the world. So everything should start from the individual.
Thank you very much, Sister Roja. Very, very, very true. It all, as the Christian hymn says, if there be peace in the world, let it begin with me.
Yes.
And if each one of us do our parts,
Yes.
as one writer said, the tiniest of pebbles, if you drop it in a cup of water, it will have a ripple.
Yes.
You multiply that by 6 or 7 billion people, you can have waves of transformation flowing
Yes.
through the society. And as Baba has said, you can never have transformation of the society unless individuals transform.
Exactly. Absolutely.
It has to begin with each and every one of us. So thank you so much for sharing that perspective. So, Sister Roja, the Sri Satya Sai Global Council of Trinidad and Tobago expresses gratitude and appreciation to you for taking the time to share your personal journey and transformation at the lotus feet of our beloved Mother Sai. It has been an absolute inspiration and very motivating, and we've learned so many life lessons through your sharing. May Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba continue to bless and guide you, and may you continue to be a loving instrument as his divine mission unfolds. Jai
Ram, thank you so much. And it is my great pleasure to share my little experiences with you all. And it is all, His grace and love. And So I'm also very, very happy to share that. So it is always, when we talk about Swami, we relive that, and it brings so much of joy and bliss to all of us. Sai Ram.